Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Thursday. No, today's Thursday, right? Yeah. Happy Thursday to everybody. Happy Thursday. I just got out the shower, getting ready to do my prayers. Praying for Robert. You know, I get up early in the morning to do my prayer. And hold on a second. I saw the response that the government put in for hold on a second. I tried in the morning to get all the information on the case. Let's see. Come on now. What's today? Let's see. Let's see. Well, tonight, guys, I will be reading the transcript of the opening argument. And yeah, I will begin the opening argument, reading the transcript from the opening argument. Good morning, four people. Good morning. I know y'all in the bushes early in the morning. Do y'all get sleep? Do y'all sleep? Because it seems like y'all do not sleep. Bree, what are you doing up so early? Bree, what are you doing up so early? Oh, transcripts are without redactment will be available on the 7th of July because we're getting ready for work. Oh, okay. So, Bree, you be up early too, huh? That's why you fall asleep all the time early, because you be up early. But you know, when I'm traveling like this and I'm doing work, right? I don't sleep much. But anyway, I wanted to tell everybody tonight I will be on. Well, not tonight, but today, later on today, I'll be on. I gotta find something. Oh, guys, I'm hot. I'm super hot. I'm super hot. Brie, what time you have to be to work? Probably need to put on this fan in here because it's pretty hot in here. I showered already this morning because I don't want to go straight into the cold in that air early in the morning. after showering. So I try to shower as early as possible and then just sit around and my pores close up. Oh, you gotta be to work at 5? It's 4 o'clock for you, right? It's 4:36. You better get out the house. Get out that house. Okay, yesterday I didn't know. Okay, I'm gonna read when they were picking the jurors. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna they have a whole bunch of redact. Okay. Now I'm gonna read the judge's part. I'm just gonna read this to you guys live 10 minutes away. Live 10 minutes away, so I'm okay. Okay, all right. I'm gonna read the when they were picking the juror, what was said and things like that. Okay. All right. Courts. Let's see. Some questions. Okay. Here's what the judge said. Okay. Here's a judge. Some follow-up questions. You said that you read newspaper as part of your job. Oh, I did that one already. Hold on. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down when they start picking up jurors. Okay, hold on. We're gonna go down. We're gonna go down a little bit. We're gonna start reading some of it. Oh. All right, let's go back up here. Okay, let's go up right here. Okay, all right. They come back from getting together to pick the jury, right? And it says, okay, we'll meet in quarter of an hour. Thank you, judge. Security, all rise. And the court said, are we ready? This is when the judge had come back in from the thing. And the judge says, are we ready? And Miss Appentigay says, yes, Your Honor. And the judge said, all right. Then Miss Appentigay, and I'm going to say Miss A, we had a procedure question. I wanted to make sure we understood. Is it the government going first and then next round the defendants are going first and then we're changing each other like that? And the judge said, yeah. The first one, the first jury. Then the government gets a crack, and then if they excuse, the defendant will go to the second one. And then she says, understood. And the judge says, if you're not X'd, then let's see. Let me think it through again. If none of the defendant exercise preemptory, then it goes to number 2, or excuse me, which would be number 3, and the second one on the list. And then the defense will go first on that. Then Miss A say, understood. Thank you, Your Honor. And then the judge says, all right. So are you ready? The first one is juror number 1. Government, we're taking no action on juror. And the judge said, pardon? She says, no action on that juror. Defense, judge, I think jury number 1 is acceptable to the defense. And then judge said, okay, juror number 1. The next one is juror number 3. Defense, And Brentley said, Judge, with respect to juror number 3, the defense would like to exercise preempt challenge. And the judge says, okay, defense strikes. Defendant strike, right? And then government. And then Miss A said, no action on this juror. Defense, defendant exercise preempt challenge on juror number 4. And then that was Brentley said that. And then the judge said, defense. The next one is juror number 5, government. And Brentley said, no action, judge. And in the court, the judge said, defense. And then multiple speakers says, that was defense, judge. So he must have forget it was supposed to be. He forgot defense is the one that says it, and then he go ask for defense again. Oh my God, judge, wake up. And then Brentley said, no, that was the defense, judge. We have no action on that juror. And then then the judge says, okay, better give these to you. Okay, these, and this is juror number 5, is now the second juror selected. And then juror number 6, I believe this, wait a minute. And Mr. Brentley says, it would be the government. He's messing up. The judge is messing up. And then the judge says, what did we do with 5? Excuse me. And the law clerk says, juror number 5 is the second juror selected. And the judge said, it was 3, wasn't it? And then he said, oh, okay, all right, you're right. And then he says, defense. And Brentley says, number 5, judge, we agree with juror number 2. And then the law clerk, we're on 6, judge. He said, we're on 6, judge. He says, and the judge said, the government goes to juror number 6, correct? And Miss A says, no action on this juror. And Brentley said, Your Honor, the defense exercised preempt challenge on number 6. And the judge said, all right, number 7. Juror number 7 is accepted to the defense, Brentley said. And the judge said, acceptable. And Miss A says, no action on this juror. And in the court, the judge says, juror number 3, then is juror number 7. And then the next one is number 8. That will be the government. And Miss A says, we exercise preemptory strike. And the judge says, preemptory by the government. Juror number 15 to the defense. Juror number 15 is acceptable to defense, Brentley says. And Bojin said, was there a 14? And the court said, government 15. Counsel confirmed. It says, oh, sorry. That's what Bojin said. Oh, sorry. Then the judge said, the government position on 15? He asked him. And Miss A said, oh, the government exercised preempt on number 15. And judge says, okay. And next one, I believe, is defense juror number 18. And Brentley said, juror number 18 is acceptable to the defense, Your Honor. And judge said, acceptable. And he says, how about the government? And then Miss A said, no action on juror number 18. Then the court says, okay. The judge says, okay. And then with juror number 4, so that means they picked the 4th jury, which was number 18. They give it. See, he says, I believe, isn't it? And speaker says, yes. Then the judge said, juror number 19, I think the government goes first. And Miss A, the government exercise preempt challenge on number 19. And the judge says, okay, preemptory challenge on number 19 for the government. And then he says, the defense on 23. And Brentley said, acceptable to the defense, Your Honor, 23. And then the court says, all right, which is the judge. The government on 23. And Miss A says, strike. As to the government, a preemptory challenge for the government. And the judge said, a preemptory government. And Ms. Bojin said, defense would like to make a Basson challenge. And the judge said, all right, a Basson challenge? I'm not sure. I haven't. And then Brentley said, Judge, I believe and I think. And then the judge said, anyway, what is the basis of the government exercising preempt on 23? And Ms. A said, Your Honor, a couple of reasons. Number one, he appeared to be not attentive during the process. He was when he was questioning. He was falling asleep during the process. During the voir dire, whatever. Voir dire. From the time he sat down throughout. And he said, and yeah, but those are then Bojin said, Judge, just for the record is clear, I think the first thing we need to do is establish a pattern. The government has struck 15, 19, and 23, all African American jurors. We believe that create a pattern which we are exercising an objective on Batson grounds. If the government finds a pattern, then it is for the government to decide and put on the record for those individuals pretextual reason or their basis of striking 3 African American jurors. The judge said the government has exercised the preemptory on 8, 15, 19, and 23, correct? And Bojin says, yes, and 3 of them were African American jurors. And Mr. Brentley says, I agree with that, Judge. Brentley agreed. And then the judge says, 15, 19, let's see, 8, 15, 19, and 23. Can you give me and Bojin said, 8 was not. And judge said, number 8 was acceptable on both sides. That's no, wait a minute. That's what the judge is saying, right? Bojin says, no, that was government strike. He was a white. No, that was a government strike. He was white. He was not a person of color. 15, 19, and 23. And then the judge says, 23, all right, 15, 19, and 23. All right, does the government wishes to explain? Start with 15. 15. And then Ms. A says, yes, Your Honor. As to number 15, the victim, potential juror, as a victim whose daughter was assaulted by ex-husband, his ex-wife. Yet he indicated that that would have been zero effect on his ability. She was under 18 at the time. They were very similar circumstances to this case. The government has asked for those follow-ups question and determined that based on his response, did not believe that the individual would be completely forthcoming, truthful, would be able to exercise his duty as a juror and be impartial. The judge said, all right, what about 19? Miss A says 19. With respect to 19, the answer were inconsistent with what she said in person when Your Honor pressed her as to, the judge says, which specific question are you talking about? The judge asked her. Miss A says, yes, Your Honor. Hold on a moment. Let me pull those up. And there's a brief pause. And then the judge says, we're waiting for your explanation on 19. You gave 1 on 23, gave 1 on 15. Then Miss A says, sorry, we are, well, here we go. The question was, have you heard about documentary series called Surviving R. Kelly? His answer was, well, does it affect your ability to be fair and impartial? And she said, it may, because I was quite upset and I stopped watching it. And when asked further on why she stopped watching it, she didn't elaborate much further, but just said that she felt that at this point now she could be truthful, and that was very inconsistent. Not truthful, excuse me, impartial, which was inconsistent with what she wrote. And the judge says, all right, anything further on this? Miss A said, nothing further from the government, Your Honor. And then Bogine said, Judge, I have a response. Yes, the judge says to her. And Bogine says, those are clearly pretextual reason for striking these African American jurors. If you were to accept the government's position, they're more concerned about protecting Mr. Kelly's right than we are. Apparently, they are concerned about he had a daughter that was, or a family member who had been assaulted. I think if that should not seem to be something that would be great concern to the government. In fact, it would be quite the opposite. That is patently textual, pretextual. Blank, strike that. Sorry. Juror number 19, she said, I stopped watching it. I was upset. I could be fair. There was so many people that came through these doors and said they saw the documentary. They saw a couple of episodes. They said they could be fair. There's nothing about that statement in or itself that would suggest that she is being struck for other reason than, again, it appears to be racial reason. And that appears to be because an effort to deny Mr. Kelly jurors of his peer, which include African American jurors, which is not going to, if the government keeps striking them, which they have just done. And then blank the government never suggested at any point prior to this that they could move for cause to say the guy was sleeping or not paying attention. No one saw that. But the government now is saying that, but that if he was sleeping, he would have moved for cause for that back then. They had that opportunity to do so. So it's our position that this explanation for exercising the preemptory challenge are pretextual and that this is an effort to deny Mr. Kelly a fair and impartial jury of his peers. Then the judge says, what is your reason on 15 again? Would you repeat that? And Miss A said, Your Honor, Juror 15, it was inconsistency in his answer. In part, yes, in part. We asked for a follow-up in terms of who was the victim that was in his who the victim was that was a victim's sexual assault. And he said it was his daughter who was under the age of 18, and she was assaulted by his ex-wife's husband. His response in terms of how that could continue to be fair and impartial did not line up with what his response was. And to be clear, Your Honor, we had moved to strike someone for cause with the same circumstance. They had a close family member who was under age of 18, and Your Honor actually denied that motion. But those were the reason why. His answers were inconsistent with his ability to be, in the government's view, impartial, as well as not because it was just because of his daughter. It's because his answers were inconsistent in the government's view. And then the judge says, all right, I believe that your explanation is sufficient on 15 and 23, but I do not think it was sufficient on 19. So I will, Ms. Appenza, Your Honor. And then the judge said yes. Now Pente said 19. That person who you read said that she's first said that she saw the documentary and got upset. And to be fair, she did not indicate in one way or the other that the reason why she was upset, whether it was because she was upset about the content or whether it was being cast in a poor light, one way or the other, she did not indicate. You asked a follow-up question and she still did not give any further answers. So from that, the government's perspective was very inconsistent with her ability to be impartial. She was saying yes, and I cannot be impartial. And then the exact explanation she gave, she said she was standing in front of you was nothing more, nothing more. Then the judge says, ruling stands. Number 19 will be what? Number 5. So the judge kept number 19. Number 27, I believe, goes, whose turn is it? I'm missing now. I'm missing one. Who goes first? Is it the defense first? Brentley says, Judge, the defense exercised a preemptory challenge on juror number 27. And Bonjean said, which one? The judge says, okay, 27, defense strike. And Miss A says, Your Honor, just to be clear, so since the challenge was rejected for the court, are we knocked down? The judge says, well, obviously you're not exercising the preemptory. And Miss A says, just to be clear, thanks. And then the judge says, so you have one more. All right, 23 goes to the government, and 33, excuse me? Miss Apparently said, we're on 33, Your Honor. Oh, yes, that's what the judge said. And then Miss A says, no action on 33. In defense, he asked. Brentley says, Your Honor, number 33 is acceptable to the court. I think, yes, no, 33 is acceptable to defense. And judge said, okay, so 33 is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is juror number 6, 35. Excuse me, 34 is the government, I believe. And then Miss A says, this is the defense, Your Honor. The law clerk, it goes to defense, Judge. The judge said, oh, okay, the defense, okay. Y'all, the judge is forgetful. What the heck is going on? Good morning, everybody. I'm just reading the thing from the day before, and because I wanted to get you guys up to speed what happened. But so good morning, everybody. I'm sorry, my manners. I was just reading on what the judge said. So let's go back to finishing. And then Miss Apente said, this is the defense, Your Honor. And the law clerk said, it goes to the defense, Judge. And the judge says, oh, the defense? Oh, okay. And Miss Bonjean said, I'm sorry, Judge. Give us 1 second, if you don't mind. And then they have a conference between each other. That's Bonjean, Bo, and Miss Judge. And they come out and send in, the court says, 35 is the defense. And Bonjean said, I think we're on 34. She said, I think we're on 34, Judge. And he says, number 34. And she said, I'm sorry. Just 1 second, Judge. And Bonjean said, we're good on 34. We're good on 34. And Brentley says, 34 agreeable to the defense. And the judge said, okay, government, 34, wait a minute. And then Ms. Apente says, we exercise preemptory on 34. And the judge says, preemptory on 34 by the government, 35 to the government. And Miss A said, 35 is no action, no action for 35. And Brentley says, 35 is agreeable to the defense. And the court says, all right. The judge, which is the court. All right, that is 35. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th juror. Next one is 36 for defense. Miss Bonjean said, 1 second, Judge. He's conferring with the rest. And Brentley come back. Judge, the defense exercised preemptory on numbers 36. All right, defense exercised preemptory on 36. 38 to the government. No action, 38. And the judge said 38 to the defense. We exercise preemptory challenge on 38 juror. And the judge says the defense exercised preemptory on 38, 41 to the defense. And Brentley says defense exercise preemptory challenge on 41 as to juror 41. And the court says the defense exercised preemptory to 41. 42 government says 42 no action, number 42. And the judge says 42 to the defense. And Brentley says exercise preemptory challenge on 42. And the judge says, all right, 40, let's see, 43. He messed up. He said 40. No, let's see, 43 to the defense. And Brentley said defense exercise preemptory 43. And the judge says defense 43 will be challenged. 44 to government, no action on the government. That's Ms. Apende said. And the judge says 44 to the defense. And Brentley said 44 is acceptable to the defense. And the judge says, all right, that's juror number 8. Number 46 to the defense. And 46 is agreeable to the defense, Brentley says. Judge says 46 to the government. And Ms. Apende said no action on 46. 46 to the jurors, which would be number 9. So juror number 46 is number 9. 47 to the government, no action on 47. And judge says 47 to the defense. Bonji said, hold on a second, judge. And then they conferred together. And then Mr. Thomas says 46, Your Honor, number 9. And the law clerk said yes. And then the judge said 47 is under consideration. 46 is acceptable to both. Mr. Brentley said 47 is acceptable to defense. 47 to acceptable on both, the judge says. That will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Juror number 10. Let's see. 48 to the defense. We exercise preemptory on 48, judge. And judge says the defense challenges 48, 49 to the government. And Ms. A says the government exercised preemptory challenge on 49. And then the judge says the government challenges 49. Bonjean says, judge, we would like to renew our Boston motion. Is an African-American juror. They have strike 4 African-American jurors out of, I don't know how many there were, but 5 or 6. But again, that adds the pattern. Ms. A says, Your Honor, the government would note that we have established a pattern. There are African-American other jurors of color on the government has not struck, and we're not gone along. So the judge said, how many have you been accepted? How many are there? Bonjean says 1. And then the judge said, in addition to the 1, we're overruled. And Bonjean said, and in addition to the 1, there were 1 overruled. And then Bonjean said, oh, in addition to 1 that you overruled. And the witness said, just a moment, Your Honor. Where it's adding up? And the judge said, all right, what's the basis for striking juror number 49? Appendix said, Your Honor, juror number 49, a couple of reasons. He first indicated his family was invested in the series. I remember that guy. He was like pissed off. Okay, I remember him. He says, she said, okay, I'm sorry. Ms. Appende says, juror 49, a couple of reasons. First, he first indicated that his family was invested in the series, Surviving R. Kelly. That's his sister and mother had watched it, but it wasn't interesting to him, and he wasn't interested in being involved, and he didn't know what it was further. But then, noted later that he was called, quote, unquoted, drama media. And what type of thing is something that he doesn't pay close attention to? But so the government perspective, from the government's perspective, again, his questions were, I'm sorry, his answers were inconsistent with each other. The fact that he's saying that he was just not interested in the case, he didn't know what it was, but then characterizing it as giving it the term of drama media. Additionally, he said that he had his best friend who had been a victim of sexual abuse had disclosed to him later that to him and to him alone that she was a victim, and he said also that his ex-girlfriend was a victim of sexual assault. And given again the topic that were discussed in the documentary, for them, for him to bring up those and immediately seems very interested in what was going on with his girlfriend and then his close friend, but that the same time that his family was invested and yet he had no interest at all in this series. These things seemed, but for the government's perspective, they were wholly inconsistent and showed that he was and an inability to be an impartial juror. And Bojin said, Judge, if I could respond, I think this gentleman was quite vivid. I think we all remember he was asked multiple times, in fact, by the court to elaborate on his remark on his sister and his mother. Sister and mother were invested in the series, but he was indifferent to it. He went into the bedroom and he let them. This court itself said that these docu-series are sensationalized and are meant for entertainment. He simply made a remark that sort of parroted that idea. He wasn't overly dramatic about it. He simply said, I wasn't interested in watching it. They were invested in watching it. I was not. And then he actually said something that would demonstrate, I think, that it was the juror who was being completely forthcoming. At the same time, he was saying, but yeah, I also had people in my life who were victim of sexual abuse, and I could still be fair. So he was saying different things that was not inconsistent with each other. He was just saying, yes, I have this one on one hand, and I still can be fair. And I wasn't interested in listening to no docu-series on another hand. So, and the government had accepted multiple jurors that with exactly that profile. And now to identify the profile as a basis is just not believable. It's a pretextual, and given this pattern that that's been demonstrated and quite disturbing. Frankly, I think just another example of an effort to violate not only the juror's First Amendment right, but Mr. Kelly rights for a fair trial and impartial jury of his peer. And the judge says, Ms. Judge says, Judge, Mr. Brown joins that motion. The government explanation is essentially reason that Mr. Kelly's rights might want to strike the juror, but not the government, which I think demonstrate that to the court that even if you went to label it as inconsistent, the court said, I'm going to grant Batson challenge. Your Honor, just a note, Your Honor, asking before we start argument, the number were, and the government note that 18 and number 46 are both individual that the government did not move to strike preemptory. They still actually both on the jury. So the judge says, well, I didn't understand your explanation on 49, so I'm not, so I'm going to grant the Bassett. So that's juror number 49. Now is the 10th, 11th, and 12th juror, 50. And to, I believe, the government, Miss Apparent, 50. No, 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 no. No action, Your Honor, on 50. The judge says the 50 on defense, and then they conferring together. Mr. Thomas says, Your Honor, could we clarify how many jurors are now in the jury? And the judge says, it's my understanding there's number 1, number 5, number 7, number 18, number 19, number 33, 35, 44, 46, 47, 49. This will be done. This will be if you accept 50, it will be, the jury will be moved to an alternate. So they have all 12. So they will be moved to alternate. Judge, the defense exercised preemptory challenge on 50. All right. Your Honor, Ms. Pelosi says, Your Honor, we didn't hear that. And the judge said, pardon? We didn't hear that. And then the judge says they are exercising preemptory on number 15. Okay, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I lost my I lost my okay, yeah, I lost my thing, my spot. I don't know where I put it at. What the heck I put it this thing at? Y'all, we lost we just lost the okay, I'm gonna stop now because I lost it and I don't know how, I'm on this iPad. I mean this iPad. No, that's not iPad. This is a laptop, a MacBook, whatever this thing is. And I'm not familiar with this thing here. And I hit something and I lost it. I don't know how to get it back. Oh my God. Hold on, y'all. Let me go find it. Let me go find it. Because I hate that I was reading it and then I lost it. Lost it, guys. I lost it. 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 Where is it? Hold on. I gotta open it back up. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. All right. I gotta go all the way down. Sorry, guys. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Okay, they said it was up to 50, right? Okay. Okay, they asked what number they were. Okay. Now, okay. They said that it's going to be an alternate and they strike in number 50. He says, all right, yeah. And then Miss Pelusa said, Your Honor, we didn't hear that. And the judge says, pardon me. He says, we didn't hear that. And he says, they're exercising preemptory on 50. So I believe that with the government's 55. And Mr. Thompson said, I believe that's to the defense, Your Honor. What? The defense? 55? Brentley said, we exercise a challenge as to 55. And the judge says, you're all right. Jury 57 on the government. Miss A said, no action on 57. And the judge says, 57 back to defense. And then defense says, we accept. Then the judge says, all right, that is now comprised of the jury, that which is consists of number 1, 7, 5, 7, 18, 19, 33, 35. And Boji said, hold on. I'm sorry, Judge. Judge said, Miss Judge said, we're not deciding on that one. and Bonjean said, not the last one. And Miss Judge says, 1 minute, 1 minute on that. Then Bonjean said, one last one. Then Miss Judge says, 57, we're not sure about that. And Bonjean said, Mr. Brentley, jump the gun there. Behold, on 1 second, 57. And the court says, okay. And then they confer together, and Bonjean come back and says, the defense exercises, and the judge says, pardon? Defense? The lawyer says, they're still talking, Judge. And then the judge said, oh, oh my God, y'all. This man is like not remembering stuff. Lord Jesus, help. Then he says, you didn't decide yet? And Brentley said, no, Judge, we're trying. And Brentley says that the defense exercised premonitory on 57. And the judge says premonitory on 57. Oh, do we go to, did I give you this? Okay, that's 57. 60, I believe is it to the defense or the government? Oh my God. And Miss A says to the defense, the judge says defense, and Mr. Brentley said premonitory challenge 60, defense, and then judge said premonitory challenge, defense 64 to the government, and the government said no action on this juror, and the judge says 64 to the government, to the defense, and they said they exercise premonitory challenge on 64. And the judge says 67 to the defense, and the defense says agreed to 67, and the court agreeable. Did you go to the government yet? Did this go to the government yet? And Miss Appendix said, no, it didn't. And then the judge said, okay, government 67, and Miss Appendix said, exercising premonitory 67. He says, all right. Bonjean said, Judge, we would renew our Bassin challenge again. So it must have been a black person. And Bonjean says, Judge, then the judge says, Ms. Appendix says, Your Honor, the government would not know again that we're not objecting to every African American person on the juror. 1846 and 64, we have not. Exercise I challenge too. And Bonjean said, that again, that's because we don't have many challengers to exercise. But the ones they have challenged have been predominantly against African American jurors, including, and you're not including juror 67. This is, and they have exercised against 4 or 5, which is a pattern. There is no world in which that is not a pattern compared to the striking of non-American African American. This appendix says, Your Honor, and Ms. Judge said, join the objection. Ms. Judge joined the objection, and then the judge said, what would be the reason for the government exercising premonitory challenge on 67 juror? And she says, Your Honor, 2 things. This individual has served as a juror before, and she is aware of the jury process. However, Your Honor, was questioning her. She did not appear to want to participate in the questioning process. She hesitated to answer question, and she wasn't participating in the jury process. And that is a valid reason that the government has that's non-racially motivated for wanting to exclude this juror. And Bonjean says, I would point out that for the record that I don't think from our perspective, we didn't observe that at all. I made no notes to that effect. I don't know if anyone on the defense side made any notes that she seemed reluctant to answer court's question. I sincerely doubt the court made such a note. So that reason seems pretextual. And Miss A says, Your Honor, I believe the defense actually did express concern. They moved to strike her for cause. And Bonjean says, no, we moved to strike anyone for cause. And the judge said, You moved to strike her for cause? Virginia said, we moved to strike anyone for cause. Well, first of all, I don't know that, but I have to look at the notes. But we moved to strike anyone for cause that was surviving R. Kelly. Hold on a second. The judge says, wait a minute. Say it again. The reason why the government exercised preemptory challenge is in. And then Miss Appendix said, yes, Your Honor. And the judge says, I'm sorry, 67. And the judge says, Miss, Your Honor, the juror, our reason were the juror had responded to some questions, then that included the fact that she had seen the documentary, and following up with those questions from the government's perspective, she did not want to participate in questioning process and was hesitant to answer question. And given that, combined with her she is aware that the jury's process and know how it works. Given that she served as a juror before, it is the government's position that she was and was not participating in the process. This is the reason, and not pre. It's not a pretextual reason for why the government felt that she could not be a suitable juror. Ms. Bonjean says, again, that just doesn't change our position. Your Honor, we at the beginning of this litigation argued, and we lost. That one was who has seen surviving R. Kelly should be disqualified. That doesn't mean that the government gets to go ahead and discriminate. That has nothing to do with it. The judge said, I'm going to grant Basson challenge. So she won again. Bonjean won another one. So 67 will now be the 12th juror. We move on now to alternate. Number 1, I believe, goes to the government. Number 71 would be the alternate. Number 1, 71. No action on 71, Ms. A said. The court defense, Brintley said, we accept 71 on behalf of the defense. The judge says, okay, alternate number 1 is 71. To defense number 2, 75. Either side gets the 3 challenges. You can't carry over your whatever has left over. Brintley says, Judge, it is the defense as to 71? Yes. Brintley says, strike. Defense strike 75. Ultimate number 2, number 80 to the government. Ms. Appendix says, we move to exercise preemptory on number 80. And then the judge says, the government uses preemptory on number 80. Defense alternative number 80. Number 2 is 83. Brintley says, defense except to number 83. The court says to the government, number 82 is the alternate. 83. She says, no action, no action. So the judge says, all right, alternate number 2 is 83. Alternate number 3, 86 to the government first. Ms. Appendix said, no action on 86. And government said, number 83. Number 3 to 83 to the defense. And then Brintley says, strike. Then the defense strikes 86. Moving to the defense. Alternate number 3, 87. Brintley says, no. Agreeable to the defense. I'm sorry, Judge. 87 to the government, an alternate number 3. And then Mr. Appendix said, no challenge, no action on 87, Your Honor. And the judge said, okay, 87 is alternate number 3. Number 4 to the government, number 89. And then Mr. Appendix said, no, Your Honor. Sir, Your Honor, the government moves to strike, sorry. 89? Appendix said 89. We moved to strike them during the process for the reason we exercise in preemptory. And Mojin said, I'm sorry, I didn't hear what the government said. Ms. A said, the government has moved to strike number 89. The government says the same reason is exercise in preemptory. And then Ms. Bonjean says, I would point out that there's another African-American juror. The fact that, and the judge said, all right, The government strikes 89. Moving on to, I believe, government 92 for alternate number 4. Alternate number 4, 92 for the government. And Ms. Appendix say no action on 92. And the judge says 92 defense, alternate number 4. And Britney says 92 is acceptable to defense. And the court says 92. Now is alternate number 4. Alternate number 5. The defense 93. And Brittany said, no, agreeable to defense. And the judge said defense or the government, 93 for alternate number 5. And then Miss A said, no action on 93. And then the judge says 93, excuse me, in alternate number 5. Alternate number 6, wait a minute. 95, alternate number 6? To the government, correct? Bonjean said yes. Miss Appendix said no action on 95. And then the judge says no, 95 alternate number 6 is complete for the selection on defense. And then Brentley says 95 is agreeable, judge, to the defense. And the judge said that will be, we have now complete section. Let me go over it. Let me check. All right. Final tabulation. Juror number 12. The 12 jurors are number 1, juror number 1, juror number 5, juror number 7, juror number 18, juror number 19, juror number 33, juror number is, wait a minute, juror number 35, juror number 44, juror number 46, number 47, juror 49, juror number 67. Alternate number 1 is juror number 71. Alternate number 2 is juror number 83. Alternate number 3 is juror 87. Alternate number 4 is juror number 92. Alternate 5 is juror 93. Alternate 6 is juror 95. Does that comport with the record of the defense and the government? Ms. Judge said yes to Mr. Brown. And Ms. Appendix said yes, Your Honor. Mr. Thomas said yes, Your Honor. Ms. Bogine said yes. And the judge says, okay, can we get, would you let me see that those numbers are brought in and the rest are excused. Tell the rest of them to wait in case one of them decide to bail out on us. And the judge says, it happened to me before, you know. And then the law clerk said, I told them to be excused, everyone yet? Yeah, tell them to stay back there in case we need one, but bring those numbers out. Okay, so the law clerk said yes. And then the judge says, I want to thank you all for your cooperation. I think it went reasonably smoothly, the jury selection, and I appreciate your cooperation we received. And then he paused. Then the clerk says, all rise. The judge said, please be seated. Members of the jury, I am pleased to advise you that you completed jury selection. I apologize for the lateness of the hour, but it just took a little longer than we had hoped to take. I promise we won't keep you this late during the trial. The jury, the first 12 jury will consist of juror number 1, number 5, number 7, number 8, number 9, number 33, number 35, number 44, number 46, number 47, number 49, number 67. Alternate juror number 71. Alternate juror number 2 is 83. Alternate juror number 3 is 87. Alternate juror number 4 is 92. Alternate juror is 90. Oh, y'all, it's my wake up time. Hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I had gotten up earlier than my time to get up. All right, here we go. Okay, so he says juror alternate number 5 is number 93. Alternate number 6 is 95. And then he says, and Mel, would you swear in the 12 and then alternate, please? And then the clerk said, thank you. She swears them in. She says, thank you. He says, all right, juror 71, 783, 87, 92, 93 would answer and swear them the alternate in, please. And then she did the swearing. All right. We may be seated. We briefly want to remember not to discuss the case with anyone. Do not read about it. Do not listen to any TV or radio about it. Don't get on the internet and try to research on the case or look at, excuse me, or look anything up on the case. Don't Google anything that you may have heard. You will hear during the course of the trial. Don't go to social media. Do not discuss your exercising either as a jury selection. Do not discuss that your experiences either as a jury selection. And as the case as the case goes on, do not allow anyone to talk to you or don't talk to anybody about it. Just keep in mind until you hear the evidence as it comes during the course of the trial. And I can tell you tomorrow at 10 a.m., 10 o'clock, we will start with opening statement of the parties. And after the opening statement, by the way, are the opportunity for lawyers to have a for the lawyer to have to suggest to you in advance what they believe the evidence will be during the come in during the course of the trial, and designed to be helpful to you to explain the significance of pieces of the evidence which often do not come in a perfectly logical or chronological order. Sorry. So, and after the opening statement, we will commence hearing witnesses. So I'm not going to keep you any longer because it is late. And please have a nice evening, a quiet evening, and see you tomorrow morning so we can start promptly at 10 o'clock. Mr. Marshall, can you take them out? And the marshal says, all rise. And then the judge says, we are outside the presence of the jury, and the jury has been sworn in and have retired, and we will adjourn until 10 a.m. tomorrow. Anybody wants to put on record before I close the day? And hearing nothing, have a nice evening. Bonjean say, you too. The judge said, I'm going to have a martini, and everybody laughs. All right, that was it, y'all. So we all caught up on that. So today, when I come back, I will be reading the opening statement. The thing everybody's been waiting for. The opening statement will be read today because because I ordered it and they give it to you the next morning before trial start. So I did that part of reading the back and forth with the government and not picking African Americans. So you guys got a chance to hear it. Yay! Yay! I'm so excited. But you know what, y'all? I should have went back to sleep after I took my shower. Because for some reason, I'm starting to feel sleepy again. I can't go to sleep because if I go to sleep, I'm going to sleep. Maybe I find a corner in the courtroom to sleep. I'm just joking. I'm up. I might have, you know what? I think I might have some coffee. I don't even drink coffee. No, I don't want no daggone coffee. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Rosie. You know what? Let me give a shout out to all those that I received Cash App from. Hold on. I gotta say thank you to the folks. Rosie. Let's see. Hold on. Because I got some Cash App yesterday, and I want to give those people a shout out because they're helping me to replenish that money that I got out of my account. All right, here we go. Shout out to Rosie. Let's see who else is on here. Hold on. Oh, yeah. While we talking, guess what popped up? The transcript for the opening statement. Do y'all want me to read that? Oh my God! Look how quick look at God. That person's up early this morning, y'all. Hold on. Y'all want to hear a little bit of it? Tell me if y'all want to hear a little bit. Don't make me late, y'all. Hold on. Hold on. It just popped up just now as I was looking for to say thank you to the people. Okay, this is the PM session right here. The person that did the AM is not in here, so this is not opening argument. This is the actual. Let's see. Oh, okay. This is when Bonjin came back and talked about the mistrial. Y'all want me to read that? You guys want me to read that? Y'all, this is the bomb, 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 the bomb. So do you guys want me to read that? Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just read the part where she's asking about the pre-trial, see the opening argument that they did earlier. It's not on this one, it's on the one before this. And this lady happened to get up earlier than the other one. Rosie said yes. Rabbit said yes. Good morning, Koopy. Y'all gotta give a hand out to the girl of the hour, Koopy. Koopy and Rosie, man, they the MVP of helping me get my money back. They're the MVP. Those two sisters holding their sister down, y'all. They're the one helping me to not get in trouble. Because I'm gonna get in trouble. Ah! But anyway, good morning, everybody. All right, let's go. Let me read it for y'all. Hold on. But I got to shout out to everybody that has given. Hold on a sec. I do, because I need to okay, I really have to thank everybody because you guys did an outstanding job and blessing me, and I want to thank every single one of you guys. And I'm just going to read the people that gave yesterday because I think I read the other ones I gave the day before. I'm not too sure. Let's just see. Let me just start thanking everybody that has given. I'm gonna start off from. Okay, let's see. And some people I'm just gonna repeat from before, and I just want to give them a shout out. Okay, shout out to Vivian. Shout out to Rabbit. Shout out to Rhoda. Shout out to Powerful. Shout out to Black Beauty. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to Ashley. Shout out to Tamiria. Shout out to Lady Coltrane. Shout out to Tony. Shout out to Tori. Shout out to Kimberly Black. Shout out to Judith. Shout out to Vicky. Let's see. Shout out to Spitting Fire. Shout out to Mac, Lil Mac. Shout out to, I got Rhoda already. Shout out to Glamour, Gospel Glam. Shout out to Rob. Shout out to Audrey. Shout out to Too Cute. Shout out to Ozone Cleaning. I think that's the name. Shout out to and shout out to Rosie. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for your Cash App, for your blessings. You guys truly rock. I appreciate everything that you guys do for me. I mean, without people like you, there's no possible way I could even do this stuff here and being able to replenish my income. And since I have, because of being out here for this long period of time and not being able to work, that you guys are still helping me to sustain. I thank you so much. I thank you so much because y'all know the importance of being able to keep your household intact while you're doing the work of God. Because God says that when he gives you an assignment, he's going to give you provision. And thank God for the provision he's given to me through you guys. You guys have been such a blessing. I thank you. I thank you so much. And I pray God gives you 1,000 folds of what you have blessed me with. And I do not take it lightly. Don't think I'm not appreciative because I don't mention it, because some people just want things in the private. And I just want to thank you guys, because it means a lot. It means a lot to me that I don't have to sit here and beg you, but that there is always a need, especially if you live here in this world. Nothing's free in this world. And if you're putting out and not replenishing, that becomes a problem. And then, you start operating in the lack. But thank God that he has warriors and people standing on the side just willing to bless you, because they see what you're doing and what you're helping, and I thank God for you guys. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate everything that you do for me. I do. I really, really appreciate it. And you know me, I'll be a crybaby in a minute. So that's why I don't mind getting up this early in the morning trying to give you stuff, because I'm here to work for you, to help you guys to see what's going on. And the reason why I don't come on as often, I wish I could, but there was a damper put on in the afternoon, so this thing's gonna change. I can't go on like I did, because there are people watching my channel and they're gonna turn me in if I do anything wrong. So I have to abide by the law, and I can't do what I was doing before. So I will try to give you as much as I can in the hours that I can. So please excuse me if I'm not as diligent as I was before. I'm going to, do my mornings and then try to read the transcript as fast as possible. As soon as I get it, I try to read it to you guys. I'm being very, very selective with these transcripts because there's some shenanigans that's going on. Okay. And I'll mention nothing else. I'll mention nothing else. But to all those who's been a blessing, I thank you so much. It's so much. And it's just a few of you guys, and you guys have been just like awesome. I just cannot thank you guys enough. Can't thank you enough for all the things that you do. And I definitely want to give a thanks to my team, who is the reason why I'm able to be here so long. They really take care of me, y'all. I'm telling you. They really take care of me, and I thank God for them. So just a few number of ladies who have been a blessing, and I thank God for them. All right, guys, I'm gonna read a little bit, and then I gotta get ready, get dressed, and get out of this place. Get out of here. I already took my shower already. This morning when I got up. And I'm getting ready to do my little vinegar. Next Level told me to do my vinegar thing in the morning. So I try to do my little vinegar. That keeps my immune system up and stuff like that. And I do pray. I thank God for his mercy and his grace and giving me good health. Thank you, God. Thank you for everything. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, you are being messy. I'm not dealing with you, Rabbit. Stop it. All right. All right. So Bonjean did a motion. I'm just going to read to you guys the motion, read it to you exactly what she says. And this will help you to understand what she was trying to say. And that's because there was shades being thrown by the other two attorneys and when they were doing their opening statement. So I'm going to read what Bonjean actually said. Okay. I'm going to read Mr. Brown's attorney who did the opening statement. I'm going to read that one and then I'm going to stop. Okay. All right, here, let me read these for you. Okay. You know what? Let me end this live and then start this new live. And the new live is going to consist of, but see, I don't have Jennifer's opening statement because hers was done the early part of the morning. Yeah, hers was done the early part of the morning. This is the second half. This person that did the transcript, she got hers. She's an early riser like me, so she sent it off to me this morning. What do I do? What do I do, guys? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Should I end this live and start a new one? I think I will, because my title for this one is from yesterday's stuff. So who went first? The government went first, and then Bonjean, and then Bo. Those are not here. This is from that lady from Brown's attorney, and also Bonjean's motion to dismiss. Okay, let me just read Bonjean's motion to dismiss, and then what do y'all think? I need your opinion. What should I do? Should I end this and start a new live and have that stuff on? Because I'm gonna give y'all roughly. No, I gotta get dressed. Start a new one. Okay, all right. I'll start a new one. I'm gonna end this and then I'll start a new one. Okay. I'll see y'all in a few minutes. Okay. Later.